Hey, it's Darrell Gurney with the Back 40 at the 2017 30th California Women's Conference. And we're interviewing fascinating people. You know, it turns out everybody's fascinating when you talk about these things. But we're talking to people about how has their first half of life set them up to fulfill on their purposeful second half of life. Because here in the Back 40, we say the best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? Just like Frank Sinatra said that, I think. So I'm sitting here and I'm really honored to be sitting with Winn Claybaugh. Winn, tell people who you are. Everybody should know you. Tell people who you are and what you do, and then we'll dig in a little bit.
Well, I'm a dad.
Yes, first and foremost.
I have a 5-year-old daughter. By the way, I'm the room mom for her pre-K class. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I do that?
That's sweet.
But I'm also the founder and dean of Palm Mitchell Schools. So I have about 16,000 students that attend my schools all across the country in over 100 locations. I'm a speaker and the author of a book called Be Nice or Else.
Yeah, you have a copy here somewhere, don't you? Did you bring it with
It's over there somewhere.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, they can find it.
It's here.
So tell me this, Winn. So first off, I know we've gotten to know each other a little bit through the planning of the California Women's Conference. You play a big game in life. Big game. You just told us about your game. Tell me then, how has, you know, our theme here is that what if the first half of life was just R&D, research and development, to prepare us to play our big game? And one of our little taglines here is we say, you have yet to do what you came here to do. No matter what you've already accomplished or what your age, it's still, the big game's still ahead of you. How and in what way does that fit for you?
Well, I agree that it has been research and development to live this kind of a life. I'm 58 years old. I mean, I was an idiot at 20. I was an idiot at 30. You know, but it got better and better, and I knew that there was a purpose. I knew that somehow I would have a large circle of influence, and everything happens for a reason, and the more you believe that, life just gets easier. And it's not just the big things that happen for a reason, even all those little tiny things that happen along the way, they were meant to be because they mold us and guide us and turn us into the kind of people that we need to be.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I'm 15 years clean off of drugs. That was a major turning point for my life, and not that I would ever wish that on anybody, but I'm glad that I went through that, because it now gives me compassion and empathy and sensitivity into other people who are struggling with addictions and on that road to recovery. I have a story to tell, and I think that the best teachers and mentors and leaders are storytellers, and everybody has a story to tell, and oftentimes leaders only want to share their successes. Well, okay, but how about you share your failures as well? Because people can relate to that. You know, I can spend an hour talking about, you know, all the awards and accolades I've received, and spend 1 minute talking about the time I fell down. Yeah. And that's what people want to hear. They don't really care what kind of a car I drive, or, you know, what awards are on my mantle. They want to know, okay, how did Winn do it? Wow, you 15 years clean. Really, you Winn? So you went through that and you seemed to turn out sort of okay. Yeah. So now there's hope for me, and that's what it's all for. Well,
first off, it's really inspiring. I've never known this aspect of your story, and I know you have a great book and you have a great talk. We've heard you speak before. What's really interesting, I'm just doing the math. So at 43 is when you got off drugs. That's when you got clean. That's really, really interesting. See, one of the things that we talk about in terms of the Back 40 is we say maybe the first 40 or 50 years is R&D, and then stuff's going to happen. You know, stuff usually happens in the 40s. People call it midlife crisis. We call it midlife opportunity. Because, like you were just saying, stuff's going to happen. Are you going to use it to be a victim? Because everybody's got their stuff. And whatever had you on drugs, I'm sure you've done all the work and you know what got you there, right? Because there's stuff that happened when we were kids, there's influences we had, and so many people can live their whole life a victim to that stuff that happened even in the first 20, 30 years, right?
Well, what do they say, that breakdown is actually a spiritual awakening? Again, it meant to be. Yeah. What do they say? You can either be bitter or better. Yeah. And that's actually a mantra. I have to repeat that to myself a lot. You know, bitter or better. Somebody flips me off in traffic, and I'm like, okay, bitter or better. It's a theme that I have in my life, and life's a choice. Yeah. So we can choose, like you say, to be a victim to all that stuff and use it as the woe is me.
Yeah.
And everybody's got a woe is me type of a story. And my best wish for people is that they just get tired of that story.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, it happened to me. Yeah, I was a drug addict. Yeah, I got divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell down, but doesn't define me. Doesn't determine who I'm going to be today or tomorrow. It's just something in my past.
Yeah.
Get bored with that story, because some people love that story.
Let me ask you something. What if we take another little cut at that? What if, because a lot of times people talk about completing the past, or finding closure on the past, or even forgiving the past. Mm-hmm. All of those, though, say the same thing, that something happened to you that you need to forgive or complete. What if, just what if, who you are now, and the books you've written, the talks you do, and 16,000 students that you influence, what if all of that came out of all of those things happening exactly the way they did? What if it's, thank God for all that?
Oh, that's absolutely how
it's
I
all
look
the
for
gift, right?
Again, not thank God I hope you become a drug addict.
Right, no,
but thank God that happened to me, and that I overcame it, because now I can share with other people, I can help other people, I can, if there's hope. Hope is the best commodity. You can be as down and out as you can possibly get, but if there's a little bit of hope, and that's what we sell, that's what we provide, is hope.
Tell me this. So you run Paul Mitchell Schools.
Yes.
16,000 students.
Yes.
You are all about hope. How is your purpose? And again, I'm going to say it to you. You're 58. You have your whole next half in front of you.
Uh-huh.
You have yet to do what you came here to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I mean, you've done a lot, but you have yet to do what you came here to do. What's playing out in your future? What's the purpose you're living in and towards right now?
First of all, to be a dad.
Isn't it the best thing on the planet?
I had no idea it was going to do this to me, and people look at me, and they even say, "Wow, when you're such a role model as a parent." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm doing the best that I can." The real role models are those people in their 20s who are still in school, working 3 jobs and raising kids. I mean, they're the parents of the year, not me. And I can have help if I want it, and I don't have to go to work if I don't want to. Which is why, like when my daughter was born, I stopped traveling. I moved my office to my home so that I'm with her all the time. I'm going to be 70 when she graduates from high school, so I'm at the gym every single day. I need that energy, and
she really is your purpose.
Oh my gosh.
She really is your driving. You run 16,000 students, schools all over the world, and it's your 5-year-old that is.
But
really
when I'm on the road,
driving.
I'm not telling people to sell more Paul Mitchell product anymore. That's not my role. They don't even give me a key to my building. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. I'm not in the accounting department. I know what's going on there, or I know who knows.
Right.
So I'm very, very involved in my company. But my purpose and my message is to inspire people to be that ambassador for self-esteem and for hope and for making a difference. We're very, very philanthropic, and it's just as much a part of our curriculum to teach them how to be good human beings, how to give back, how to raise money and awareness, how to forgive their parents, how to fix their marriages, how to quit smoking and quit drinking, how to do all of those things is just as important as teaching them how to cut and color beautiful hair. And I know that that's my purpose. Again, I have a large circle of influence, and I want to use the vehicle. My vehicle just happens to be Paul Mitchell Schools. People have you could run a pizza parlor, and that's your vehicle for creating what Marianne Williamson says is a front for a church. Yeah. And when she said that, she didn't mean a place of religion. She meant it's a place where people feel safe.
Yeah.
There's 3 basic human needs. People need to feel safe, they need to feel like they belong, and they need to feel like they have a purpose. And if every leader listening to this created that kind of a culture within your workspace, doesn't matter what you do, what you sell, but create a space where people feel safe, people feel like they belong, and that they're making a difference, that they have a purpose for showing up to work every day, which, by the way, is going to translate into increased profitability.
Vibrations
teamwork,
go up everywhere.
Exactly.
What you made me think of, though, was Wayne Dyer said, do what you love, sell the love.
There you go.
So it's like it doesn't matter. It could be the pizza parlor. You're selling the love, right? It's your vehicle.
Yeah.
Winn, thank you for taking a few minutes. Tell people how they can get involved with you as a speaker, you as a hope translator, Paul Mitchell Schools. What can people do? to connect with whatever you're involved
Visit
with?
my website. It's winnclaybaugh.com. So WINNCLAYBAUGH, winnclaybaugh.com. I have a lot of my speeches and appearances on my YouTube channel. Otherwise, paulmitchell.edu is our website.
Good.
So
Good.
We're out there.
Yeah, just Google he'll be everywhere.
Yeah.
And again, just thanks for the inspiration you bring for what your daughter is giving you in terms of a whole second half. Probably you never even imagined the feelings that you have now and the way you look at life.
She's main thing, and I'll stop talking. She's taught me to be present. And nowadays it's so easy to not be present. You know, we're on this stupid device all the time, and you see 5 people at dinner and they're all just like, why'd you even bother?
Yeah.
And what Daddy put that down. She's like, I have to be present. I have to look in her eyes and validate who she is as a little girl as she's growing up. And if I could feed her and text at the same time, but I'm not present.
You know what? I have a tip for you, because when she gets a little older, because I remember when my son was going through that, she will want to have it in front of her. So the more you empower her and thank her for telling you that, then she will hold it to herself too later on.
Oh, she absolutely has a voice and an opinion, and we listen.
It's really great. So thank you, Winn, and we'll be back with more interviews on people who are creating their second half of life as their inspiring best half of life.
Thank you.